I love my Volkswagen. I spent a lot of time trying to keep it alive, try to keep cancer at bay, knowing I have still work to do. And then there's some of the things I've already done. Wheels, refreshing the propane tank, but I don't know if I'd use that. If I was going to use propane, I think I would spend $350 to get one that's rated. But one of the things I wanted to point out was some things may or may not be salvageable. This is the original steering wheel, and I had to pull it off because my horn only worked when I turned the wheel any other direction besides straight. Which typically, when you're driving straight, that's when you need your horn, and you don't want to be trying to swerve to make your horn work. Well, this is why right here. This type of vehicle has what's called a horn ring that transfers the horn button on the other side. The wire comes down here and touches this, and this touches the steering column. It has a contact that touches here, and over time, this has just completely worn away from being driven on I-95 in Virginia, Washington, D.C. traffic. I'm not sure. I haven't rebuilt this to see if the ring is replaceable, so I can put the original steering wheel back on. I mean, I was lucky enough to pick up a secondary steering wheel that has a better ring, but the turn signal cancellation tab on the other one is broken. So it doesn't really work the switch right. I mean, there's always something to do, something that needs to be done, something that needs to be done but you don't want to do, can't afford to do, pick any of those above. And speaking about that, as I've got to rebuild this front brake caliper on the passenger side, that was another thing when I first got the bus. The brakes screamed so loud. These front brakes were so noisy. And that's because all the hardware was just old and crusty, and the brake squeal pads had completely just rotted away. So once I got all that figured out and got brand new parts and new brake shims and anti-squeal pads, put in the proper anti-squeal stuff, they've been working perfectly, except I should have replaced the boots around the cylinder, and because I didn't, now it's corroded and they're sticking, so I've got to rebuild that. That was something on the list. Always on the list, brakes. Okay, in the front here, I've owned my Volkswagen a decade and have never taken this off to see what's behind here. I do know that all of the gasket material is gone, and when it is cold outside, that air just blows straight in there. And I've literally, when it was wintertime, I put tape over top of this. Just, if you do put tape over top of this, I recommend being very careful when you remove it. The whole reason I had to put a sticker over here is because when I peeled the tape off, I peeled off some of the paint too, and I'm so sorry. A heat gun would have made a big difference in pulling the tape off. Waiting for a hot day would have made a big difference. I don't know why I swallowed that fly, but I did. Some of the other things, even though I upgraded the headlights, look how cloudy they are. They're H4s. And of course, yeah, he weeping a little bit. He's showing a rage. There's always, again, little things that are on the list. Don't listen to the radio, but I'd love to put the antenna back on. I have the antenna. I was just going to put a sleeve and then put the antenna on and clip it on and be done with it. Some of the other things that needed to get done. Oh, of course, you got to replace all these handles. They just get so brittle and just fall apart. Still lots of laminate that needs to be re-glued down. And that's something that, I have to weigh. I would have to fix all that stuff before I actually let somebody spend the night here. I wouldn't want them to get hurt on something like that, or break it and make it harder to repair. So these are things I have to weigh, that I am weighing, carefully weighing, and look forward to your comments about if you would rent your Volkswagen out after you've done all of this work in it as much as I have. And I still have so many projects to do. I just have needed the time to do that, and I hope that that time is coming soon. It actually is now. It's hence why I'm making these videos. And I look forward to making more, and I enjoy you spending time with me as I do. Once again, thanks for watching, and I love you later. Bye.